everybody, and welcome into the Shelby TV broadcast of Utica Chieftain football. Tonight, the Utica Chieftains take on the Chippewa Valley Big Reds. Mike, the Chieftains come into this game 3-2. Chippewa 4-1, so two good teams going to go at it here. Chippewa, of course, very talented, have had a tough schedule so far and still have that good record. What do the Chieftains have to do to come out on top in this one?
Well, we know that Chippewa Valley Big Reds, they know how to throw the ball. They can also run the ball. The defense for the Chieftains has to stand tall tonight. The secondary, that's the big thing right there. The secondary has to stay on their wideouts. They have to try to contain them, try to limit the pass game for the Big Reds. If they can do that, the Chieftains will have a chance, especially on the offensive side. Willie, feed that boy the ball, let him run down the field. Last week he had 301 for his Cosno. Big game for him. They didn't even have to throw the ball last week. So this week, try to stay with that game plan, try to run the ball. Obviously, the Big Reds are going to look to try to limit Willie a little bit. So, as everybody has here in the MAC conference. But the Chieftains, just the defense has looked good in the last couple weeks, and they're starting to gain that chemistry at them.
Yeah, 6 touchdowns for Gwilly last week. And Chippewa Valley's game, they had a nice comeback victory, came back at the end to beat Warren Mod. So they're coming off a nice victory in that one. So we'll see what their offense brings to the table. As you said, a great passing game. They move the chains a lot, keep the ball moving, great offense. They also have a good defense, and we'll see that offense here first as the Chieftains will kick it off.
The only blemish on the Big Reds' loss record is the loss to Dakota at Dakota, 28-24.
Yeah, and that's a really good team, and it was still a close game. Ball returned at the 26-yard line. Got some blockers in front of him trying to get to the sidelines. Still moving those feet, taken down at about the 44-yard line.
And Chieftains coming off that big win at Cosno, as I said a little bit earlier. They won that one 38-24, huge win. Cosno not a bad football team as well, but the Chieftains were just able to have their way with the running game.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was shut down for a little bit. Willie struggled for about 2 games where he got shut down. Finally, last week, as you said, the 301 and 6 touchdowns, he got back loose. He's going to have to do that again tonight if the Chieftains have a chance in this one. First and 10 for the Big Reds. They take over at the 44-yard line. See what this offense brings on its first drive. There's the handoff, gets to the sideline, pickup of about 2.
That's Darian Greeley, 5'6", 180.
So let's
move that football.
Yeah, let's see what this Chieftain defense has. They're going to be out there a lot tonight against this offense. They're going to have to stand tall,
actually,
keep the pace.
Sorry about that. That was Jordan Flakes.
Yeah, Jordan Flakes, and there he is again with the carry. Nowhere really to go there. Nice stop by the Chieftains. Maybe didn't even get a yard on that carry. So, yeah, we'll see a decent amount of Jordan Flakes. They use their running back, but really they're just setting you up for that passing game. The quarterback here, Patrick Brenningstool, he's had a great season so far. Very talented quarterback, the senior. Look for him to make some big plays tonight. 3rd and 8 for the Big Reds. Screen pass to Flakes. Looking to get to that first down marker. Might be there. It'll be close. Appears, though.
He's short.
Yeah, he's short. They're going to mark him short. So 4th and a yard here for the Big Reds. See what they do. They might be in the territory.
Take a look at that replay. Brenningstool with that screen pass over to Flakes. And Frosted Flakes, he was not. Ooh. And he's taken right down.
So the 4th and short here. Big Reds from the shotgun. 3 wide on the top of the screen. Taking as much time as they can. Quarterback switching the play. Brenningstool maybe saw something there. He's switching it up 4th and 1. A big play here. The screen pass. Got some blockers in front. Looks like he'll have the first down and more. He does. Finally pushed out of bounds at the Chieftains' 39-yard line.
And those are the things right there that they do well. Those little screen passes, the running game, and then they can throw the ball deep. But that's why they are so good this year. Take a look at that right there. Nice lateral screen pass. And there's the 2 Chieftains right there in the corner. Gwilly and number 7.
First down here, and nice little dump off to the sideline there, and he'll be taken down for a gain of about 4. That's what this offense does, dink and dump.
Yep.
They can get big plays, but they just like to move the ball, take control of the ball, have it for a lot of the game. You're going to see the offense out there a lot, and then move those chains as much as they can. They're going to take as much time as they want. 2nd and 6 here for the Big Reds. They're going to look to throw it deep. He's got a receiver. Can he get it? He does. Touchdown, Big Reds. They take the early touchdown lead here in the first quarter.
Sion Strange nearly had a hand in there. He tried to get in the way. And that's what we were talking about earlier before the game began at pregame. The Chieftains secondary has to stand tall, and there Strange just was separated from Jimmy Zamek, who scored that touchdown. He created some separation from Strange and was just able to get open for that, to lob it right in.
So the early touchdown there, you see they dink and dunk and then go with deep ball and easily pulled it there. 9:38 left in the first quarter. Chippewa Valley will attempt the extra point. It's up and it's good, 7-0. So quick strike there from Chippewa Valley. Mike, move the chains and then just go for a deep ball. And man, that's good offense so far.
That's what they do. They use those little screen passes, that running game, and then they can go deep, and that's when they kill you. That's where that secondary has to come up big. And as Coach Tony Smith said before the game, let's take a look at this replay. Burning Stool with a big pass, and right there you see Strange try to get a hand in there. Actually, that was Jacob Dickinson. I thought that was number 4 from a distance, but it was Jacob Dickinson, so I apologize on that one. But
yeah, and Jimmy Zarnick there with a great catch.
Zarnick was able to create some separation there, got that catch, was able to get it in there. But as we were talking to Coach Tony Smith before the game, he's like he was saying, the offense has got to click tonight and move the football. And defensively is the biggest question mark tonight. I mean, we know what Romeo has done. I mean, Chippewa Valley's done to other teams. They've diced them up. So this is a big game, without question.
High kick. Chieftains return it at the 28. Fair catch there, and it'll be down right there.
Number 81 for the Chieftains, Andrew Pugh, down in the ball.
So we'll see the Chieftain offense featured for the first time tonight. Patrick O'Connor, the quarterback, he's won that starting job over in the last few weeks. And we'll see what the Chieftains try to do on their first offensive drive. Of course, we talked about it. They're going to have to use Willie quite a bit here. See what they can do in this running game.
Well, I think you got to split things up too. You need to try to throw the ball as well. Try to throw some screen passes as well.
First play to Gwilly. Nice little hole there. Pickup of about 3 yards for him.
And last week, it was all Gwilly. He gets the handoff right there. Gets up there for about 3 yards. He lost his footing, it looks like. But last week, O'Connor didn't even have to throw the ball that much.
Yeah, when you have a guy being as good as Gwilly was, you just keep giving him the ball. They were pounding the rock. No reason to go away from it, so that's what they did. 2nd and 7 here. Gwilly gets the handoff down to the 35-yard line. And, Mike, we talk about this running game. Of course, Gwilly had the 301 yards. Ayers, of course, the second running back on this team. We saw him a little bit last home game, of course. He had a good showing, too, had over 100 yards, so he can be effective in this offense, too.
There's a handoff from O'Connor to Gwilly. And you can see Gwilly, in the last couple weeks, he's learned how to use his feet more, using how to use those legs more, pushing off of them, able to get right through that middle, and then finally taken down.
3rd and 3 now for the Chieftains. They have the ball at the 35-yard line. They're down 7-0 here to the Big Reds. O'Connor looking to pass as a receiver on the outside drop, though. It'll be 4th down now for the Chieftains.
That was almost a dangerous pass there as Deontay Young for the Chippewa Big Reds was right there. Take a look at this replay. O'Connor with the throw intended. But as you can see, number 3 was right there as well on the Chippewa Valley. So Groman wasn't able,
yeah, right off the fingertips of Groman.
Groman wasn't able to pick.
Receiver.
Yeah, he wasn't able to reach out and grab that football. So Big Reds are going to get this one back now.
Yep, the Chieftains are forced to punt. Of course, Jimmy Sarnick, the returner, he's the one who just caught that touchdown pass on the last drive. See what he can do in this return game. 8:18 left in the first quarter. High punt, takes a decent bounce for the Chieftains. Now it's going to roll down at the 26-yard line of the Big Red. So a nice punt there for the Chieftains.
Can't ask for anything better there, as he planted it right where he wanted it, right on that 35.
So the Chieftains defense comes out again. Of course, they're going to have to play near perfect tonight if they want to stop this Big Reds team. Going to have to force some turnovers. Coach Tony Smith talked about it. And need to get some turnovers and stop this offense.
They're capable of doing it. I mean, they've showed in the last 2 weeks that they're capable of doing it. Now, I know that Cosno is not on the level of Chippewa Valley, or neither is Anchor Bay, but it's just the truth.
1st and 10, screen pass to the outside, has a blocker, has a little bit of room there.
We'll get to the
first down, have some more, and finally taken down at the 43-yard line.
This one could be coming back. And it is. It looks like it's going to be on Chippewa.
Yeah. Holding on the offense, number 15. He wants the penalty. Take it back.
So that's big right there for the Utica Chieftains, as this one's going to be hauled back to the 25.
Yeah, it looked like one of the holding was on the outside there, or on the screens, one of the receivers holding their blocks on that one. So 1st and long upcoming now for the Big Reds after the holding penalty. They'll go to 4 wide. You see that running back in motion quite a bit. Screen pass to the outside, incomplete off the hands. And there you see it, the Big Reds just screen pass everywhere over here, using those short passes every way they can.
Stefan Claiborne, the intended receiver there. And he had butterfingers on that play, Adam, as he dropped that football.
Yeah, he did. He was worried about running upfield already. And you see the pink out tonight.
Yep.
Of course, it is October now, so Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And student section, the tribe here, if you will,
that's right,
with the pink out. 2nd and 17 from the 18-yard line. Chippewa Valley with the touchdown lead. They'll hand it off. Nowhere to go for him, though. Chieftains take him down right away. That's Rodney Washington on the carry.
And that was big right there. That's what you need from your defensive line to make a statement right there, to tell. Let's take a look at this replay. He's taken down quickly. Number 24 for the Big Reds. As he said, Rodney Washington.
John Getch there with a good job taking him down right away. Chippewa Valley looking to go deep. We'll check it down now across the field. He's got some space up the sideline and some more over the 50 to the 40.
Roman pushes him out.
Yeah, pushed down at about the 34-yard line of the Chieftains. A big play there on a long 3rd down for the Big Reds.
And that's the thing, Adam. I mean, you think you have them pinned just like that big play where they stop the running back, but then they come down with something like this, with a nice cross pass.
It's like they're screwing with you on their first couple plays they run on the. I mean, they dink and dunk screen passes, and then when they need the yards, they just go deep on you.
Reed Adams.
1st and 10 now for the Big Reds. They have the ball at the 35-yard line. That's a handoff to Washington.
He's tripped up.
Yeah,
tripped over his own guy. Tripped over his own guy, number 64, in the Big Reds. David Accord.
Still a decent pickup, though, for tripping on your own guy, but 2nd and 8 now upcoming. Looks like they gave him a little bit of a rough spot there, but either way, they'll have it at the 33-yard line. Play action. Looking for a receiver. Has one on the sideline. Does he come up with it? He does, an incomplete pass.
And that's a good play there by Groman. He got his hands in there and was able to rip that ball free, because otherwise I think number 19 would have had a hold of that ball, Anthony Rinaldi.
Yeah, Rinaldi there. You see it. He runs that little dig route. And
it looked like Groman got a little hand in there as well. Good play on the part of Jason Groman.
3rd and 8 now for the Big Reds. They have the ball at the 33-yard line. 6:29 left in this
Jumped
first quarter.
Chieftain offsides.
Yeah, they got him.
67 on the Chieftains.
Third
It's
and 3 now.
Denzel Felton, the culprit there.
Still third down.
Yeah, so 3rd and 3 upcoming now will give the Big Reds a free 5 yards there, which is rough. You have them at 3rd and 8, now 3rd and 3. But either way, still 3rd down. You have a chance of stopping them here. Of course, they are in field goal range, though. Brenningstool getting the call from the sidelines. They'll be in 4 wide. 3 receivers at the top of your screen looking to pass. Throw it to the sidelines. Receiver looks like he comes down with it. Was he in bounds? He is, and he'll have the first down. So another big first down there for the Big Reds. Reed Adams again on the reception.
Well, you gotta like the way that. Let's take a look at this replay. The secondary needs to stay tighter on them if they can, but the Big Reds they create that separation. The receivers on their team create that separation.
1st and 10 from the 24. Brenningstool looking to pass to the outside. He's got 2 receivers out there. Reception maybe for about 5 yards, so a nice catch there. I don't know if he was even throwing to that receiver, but it didn't matter. He had 2 there, and of course one brought it down.
It's number 15.
Jimmy Zarnick again.
Take a look at that replay right here. Chieftains blitz. Then Zarnick comes down with that ball as Brenningstool.
Yeah, it looked like almost like he was going for Stanley Williams there on the top of your screen. So 2nd and 5 now from the 20-yard line. 5:35 left in the first quarter. Chippewa Valley with the touchdown lead. This one to Washington. The handoff taken down.
Gobbled up quickly. But as you can see, this is what Chippewa does to their opponents is they use that hurry-up offense style. It gives, let's take a look at this replay real quick here. Washington with the ball, and he's quickly taken down as he goes tries to cut right up in the middle. But that's what they do is they use that hurry-up offense. It wears out the defense.
Brenningstool's got a receiver. That'll be the first down and more. That's Jimmy Zarnick again with the reception. He's having a good game so far tonight. And you see the spread offense just taking as much field as they can. They use the open side of the field that time, stack 3 receivers on that side, and just using the whole field, spreading the ball all over the place.
Brenningstool just finds his man wide open. And again, Chieftain secondary needs to try to play a little tighter if they can.
First and goal at the 10. Here's the pitch to the side here. Got some room, almost breaks the tackle, but finally taken down there, and that's Stefan Claiborne. Yeah, with the carry there and the nice little front, a little forward toss there to him.
6'2", 190 at 18 years old. Pretty big kid. As he gets the handoff right there, Claiborne able to create something and is taken down on the 4.
So 2nd and goal on the 4-yard line. Threatening to score for the 2nd time tonight. 4:10 left in the first quarter. Brenningstool will hand it off. Washington on the carry. Gets a little bit closer, but now 3rd and goal upcoming from about the 2-yard line.
22 for the Big Reds. Jordan Flakes. Coming on play, number 25. The tackle for the Chieftains.
Handoff right there. And he's taken down for about no gain.
There's Washington on the
Again,
carry,
take it
nowhere
down.
to go.
So that's 4th down now. And you know what? I could see Chippewa possibly going for the field goal here, but
They're going to leave their offense out there. They want points. They're an aggressive team, and you think take your free points here at the 2-yard line, but
you would think. I mean, that would make more common sense, but
well, they're confident in their offense.
They are very
you
confident.
See how much they move the ball that they think they can score at any time.
Coach Tony Smith is going to call a quick timeout here to try to rest his defense a little bit, and that's a good call. Good timeout right there, Adam. For the Chieftains, try to slow things down here, try to catch a breather here for the defense, try to shut them down here. This is a big down here at 4th and 2. I mean, you stopped them here, you're only down 7-0. You kept them off the board.
Yeah,
take a look at that replay right here. And he's quickly taken down.
Yeah, just a big pile there in the middle, nowhere for him to go. But yeah, Mike, you say it. You want to stop him. You can, 14-0 and 7-0 is a big difference. And so take a timeout here, think about it, get your best defense out there, plan it, and you see how good this spread offense has been for the Big Reds so far. I mean, just the whole game they spread it out. The run game, the screens everywhere, and then they can go deep at any time.
Expect the screen right here. A screen pass is going to happen right here.
Chieftain defense ready now after the timeout. Here comes the Big Reds for this big 4th down. 3:16 left in the first quarter. The Big Reds of Chippewa Valley with a touchdown lead. Grinningstool is going to take it, keep it for himself, passes it to the front of the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, 2 touchdown lead.
That looked like it hit
Ryan
the ground,
Martinez.
Adam.
Well, it looks like he caught it, but it doesn't look like the ball crossed the goal line, but his body was in. So it was tough to see.
Take a look at this replay here. Fake handoff.
Yeah, the great play
Grinningstool.
action there.
He did catch it.
Yeah,
He's
it
on
moved
the
a little
line.
bit, but his hands are under, and I mean, that's a touchdown. So 13-0 now. Chippewa is able to the extra point, and 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, Mike. Extra point up, and it's good. 14-0. The Big Reds lead it. Took them a little under 7 minutes here to score. See that one more time. So yeah, only.
Yeah, it's a touchdown for sure, without a doubt. So now the Chieftains just need to regroup.
So
Defensively, they looked good on that series, but they tried to keep them off the board, couldn't do it. Unfortunately, they went for it on that 4th down. It turned out to be a good move for Scott Merchant and his staff for the Big Reds. So now the Chieftains need to try to get on the board here before this first quarter is over with. Try to run the football, use a couple, use some screen passes, use whatever you can. O'Connor's got to get into this game. He's got to start throwing that ball as well.
Yeah, and if you're the Chieftains, run the ball a little bit, see if you can get that running game going, get Willie going. You want to keep this Big Red offense off the field for a little bit. Give your defense a breather, too. I mean, I know there's a lot of kids that play both sides of the ball anyways, but get that defense off the field for a little bit. Chippewa just owning the time on attack so far, and they already scored 2 times with 3:11 left in the first quarter. Here's the kickoff. Chieftains to return. Nice high kick. Return from the 29-yard line. Pushes forward and maybe gets to the 35-yard line of the Chieftains.
Chieftains need to get off to a good start here on this first down. Try to move those chains. And this is what Coach Tony Smith emphasized definitely before the game to us. Wants to see Gwilly able to move the football, and obviously the Big Reds are going to look to try to limit his opportunities.
First down and 10. Chieftains have the ball at the 34-yard line, trying to get back in this one down 14-0. Gwilly gets the handoff. He gets to the outside, keeps moving those feet down close to that first down marker. Might not have enough, but a nice run there by Gwilly.
And again, Gwilly, right here, gets the handoff. But watch when he gets up into traffic. He's learning how to use those strong legs now more. It just keeps moving them and using them as he's pushing them off more and more and able to get some more, creating more yardage for himself.
And a second and very short here for the Chieftains at the 42-yard line. 2:30 left in the first quarter. Handoff to Gwilly. He'll have the first down. Finally pushed down there in the pile, but Chieftains will move those chains. They get towards midfield here now.
So 2:15 here to go. Chieftains now 14-0 as they're moving the chains here, Adam. They need to get some points quickly.
Yeah, keep giving the ball to Gwilly. They will here. Gwilly with the handoff, keeps pushing forward, picks up a couple extra yards after contact there. Second and about 8 upcoming now for the Chieftains.
And that's a strong suit too, really, to go up the middle. When he goes to the left and the right, I'm not saying he's not strong, but as you can see right here, he goes up the middle. He's just able to just, it seems like he gets stronger as he's, in traffic.
Yeah, the hardest part for him is getting past that line, and there was no hole for him. But when he finally gets to that outside, that's when he takes it to the next level. And we've seen him do it many times, and of course he did it last week. So 2nd and 8 here. Chieftains relying heavily on Gwilly. We'll see if they continue to do that and have success on this drive. O'Connor rolling out. Will keep it, nowhere to go for him though, and taken down.
It looked like he was going to do a little play action there. Just didn't have enough time as he rolled right down.
Nobody open. It was more of a
nobody
sack
was
than
open,
anything.
and the Big Reds were all over him. That's where you know it's okay to take the sack on that. I mean, you don't want to try to force a throw either and cause an interception for yourself. But also, if you have enough time, try to throw it to the sidelines. But he did the right move there by taking that sack.
Yeah, take care of the ball. 3rd and 8 now for the Chieftains from the 47-yard line. 40 seconds left now in this first quarter. The handoff to Groman. He'll get some room on the outside, but taken down there at midfield, and they'll be well short of that first down. 4th down upcoming now for Utica.
The way that he turned that corner truck, and I thought he was for sure going to get that first down, but he was taken down quickly. And 4th and 4, and it looks like Coach Tony Smith's going to, let's take a look at this replay. There's Groman crossing through. And the way that he was just using that speed, and then he ran right into his defender, number 44, Anthony Garden of the Big Reds. He ran into a wall.
He sure did, Mike.
But let's see here if Coach Tony Smith is going to decide to go for it at 4th and 4 as the clock's going to run out in the first quarter. Yeah, I think you go for it, Adam. I think you go for it.
Well, he's got a little bit more time to think about it now. So that's it for the 4th quarter. Chieftains trail Chippewa here 14-0. Back with the 2nd quarter coming up.
"15 years and Esplendito Mexican Restaurants is still known for its great tasting, quality food. Their secret? Combining the classic taste of Jimmy's Pizza and the well-loved menu from the original Pancho's restaurant. There's daily food and drink specials and weekday happy hours. Also, stop in for Taco Tuesday or on Sunday when kids eat free. Dine in or carry out. That's Esplendito Mexican Cuisine off Mound Road in Shelby Township. Call 586-739-1070.
We're back for the 2nd quarter here. Chieftains trail Chippewa 14-0. 4th down now for the Chieftains, and they'll come out. Looks like they will punt this one. Oh, the fake punt. He's got some room. He might get it. Got the first down. He's got some more room. No, just running people over.
Nice
Finally
play.
taken down at the 15. And that's why I said appeared to be funny, because you don't know what they're going to do there, and sure enough, fake punt.
I was just going to say they're crazy not to go for it. I mean, the running game was working well for them, and then they pulled this off, the fake punt. And that's number 14 for the Chieftains.
Connor Suggs,
and look at him. Boom.
Get off me.
Just puts his head down and just runs right through, and the Chieftains are threatening the score here, Adam.
Yeah, a huge play there. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 15, changing things a lot. Chieftains threatening to score now. Here's the handoff. Groman got some room on the outside. Of course, some defenders. Nice spin move. Taken down, though. Couldn't quite get free on the outside there.
It looks like he about maybe 2 yards on that play. But again, the Chieftains getting creative. Nice handoff to Groman. Uses that speed that he has. Nice spin, but taken down quickly by number 21. Oh, the Big Reds.
So no gain there. 2nd and 10 now for the Chieftains. They have the ball at the 15-yard line. 11 minutes left in the first half. Handoff to Gwilly. He's got a little bit of room up the middle.
Looks like he got that first down. He won't come. Oh no, maybe a yard short. So the Chieftains opening this playbook up now. There's Gwilly with the handoff. Motors right through the middle, and it looks like he's short of the first down by 3 yards. So a 7-yard gain for Kumino Gwilly. With 10:30 to go in this 2nd quarter, the Chieftains down 14-0. And Adam, they're threatening the score here, moving the chains. Big down here for the Chieftains to try to get that first down and get back in this game.
Yeah, big 3rd down here, Mike. They want to put some points on the board. They have to do it here. Hand off to Gwilly. He's got some space. He gets in the end zone. And touchdown, Chieftains.
And that's a kid excited right there. Kumino Gwilly coming up big again. And the Big Reds, all of a sudden, Adam, don't seem to have an answer for the Chieftains running game.
Yeah, that big 4th down there, Mike. That was huge on that punt to get them in scoring range. And Gwilly punches it in. He's been good so far tonight. And he gets the Chieftains right back in this one, only down a touchdown now.
Coach Tony Smith excited down there on the sidelines, him and his assistant giving a fist bump after they scored that touchdown.
Hey,
so
give him credit on that fourth
credit.
down to get there in the first place. And the extra point, here it is. It's up and it's good. So 14-7, Chieftains get back in this one.
You got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, I thought they were going to actually punt the ball, and I was ready to tell you I don't know why they didn't go for it, but let's take a look at that replay. Gets it to Gwilly, and Gwilly just trucks right through. And there's an excited kid right there.
And a great job by the right side of that Chieftain offensive line to open up a hole for Gwilly, and he hit it right away, so good job there. And
you can just see the confidence is starting to come together here for the Chieftains. They want this game. They know that if they win this game, they have a playoff shot.
Yeah, it'll be a big one. So, Mike, now we got to see something from the defense here. Of course, 2 drives for the Big Reds, 2 touchdowns. They need to make something happen. Their offense scored some points now. Now defense, they got to slow Chippewa Valley, see if they can get a turnover or something, get the ball back to their offense here and give them a chance to tie it up.
The corners the secondary has to play tighter on the Big Reds receivers. They have to stick on them and try to shut them down or contain them. There's a squid.
Yeah, low grounder kick returned at the 34-yard line, and that's where they will be down. And we'll see the Chippewa Valley offense for the 3rd time here in this football game. So, Mike, got to see something from this defense here. It's been back and forth so far. This Chippewa Valley offense, the spread offense, it's been great. Using everybody, different running backs, different receivers, screens, deep passes, a lot. Chieftains have to stop them.
Well, that last series that the Chieftains were on defense, they did a pretty decent job. So that's something to build off of. Unfortunately, the Big Reds went for it on 4th and 4 and were able to get that first down. But the Chieftains, defensively, I thought they held it together and were able to come up with some big things there.
Look at this double end around here for Big Red. They have some room on the right side. He'll get the first down and more. What a play there by Chippewa Valley. Pick up the first down there and move those chains.
Starting to see both teams opening up the playbook here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stephon Claiborne there. Let's see this one more time.
Nice play there.
Yeah, Flakes, he tosses
Reverse.
it over to Claiborne, and he finds some room on the right side. And again, the Big Reds move those chains, and now first down. They have the ball at the 47-yard line, their own 47-yard line. 9:45 left in the second quarter. Screen pass to the outside. That's Sarnik with the ball. Gets over midfield. He has the first down, it looks like.
Yeah,
it appears again. Chippewa Valley moving the chains.
First down and then some. So the Big Reds, again, like you said, moving the chains, changing things up here a little bit. There's another screen pass.
And how good has Sarnik been for the Big Reds so far tonight? He's been great, already with 1 touchdown. So first down, they'll have the ball to 43. Here's the handoff up the middle. That's Jordan Flakes on the carry. A nice pickup there for Chippewa.
Gwilly with the tackle on that play. Let's take a look at this replay. Washington taken down. Gwilly says, nope, not
That's a nice tackle.
Not tonight.
And Gwilly, as good as he is on offense, he's been pretty good on defense this year, too. Don't sleep on him on this other side of the ball.
He's got an all-around game.
2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Here's the handoff to the left.
Gwilly again takes him down. I believe that's him. Nope, that's big number 67 for the Chieftains.
Yeah, Denzel Felton there for Utica with the tackle. A nice wrap up there as he was being blocked and just peels off it. Jordan Flakes on the carry for the Big Reds. So 3rd and 4 now for Chippewa Valley. They have the ball at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw, has a receiver, will be short of the first down marker though.
And again, like I was saying, I mean, play a little tighter as the secondary. And the Chieftains right now, it seems like that they are.
Yeah, and it's
answering
tough
that call.
when Chippewa Valley goes that 4 wide, which they do most of the time. You have 4 receivers out there, and a lot of them are talented. I mean, they're all very talented. Reed Adams, of course, very good. Sarnick, been very good for him so far. You have a lot of talent on the outside there and a good quarterback, so it's tough to man coverage these guys and stick with them. But right now the Chieftains starting to do a better job of it here as the second quarter moves forward. So 4th down here. Chippewa Valley going to go
Blitz.
for it. Looking to pass as a receiver. He'll have the first down the sideline now. And again, Big Reds move the ball and convert on another 4th down. So 4th downs don't stop the Big Reds. They, you know, Coach Tony Smith told us before the game, he says this team rarely punts, and you see that even when they have a 4th down, they're not going to punt. You see Sarnick there on the outside. Another great reception by him as he helps his team pick up a first down.
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. I mean, that's where hold that thought. He's sacked.
Taken down.
Finally, the Chieftains get to him.
Yeah.
But no, as you were saying, though, that's what the Big Reds do. I mean, they throw everything off balance on the defensive side for you. That's why they've been so successful, that they've been able to convert on those 4th downs, use that hurry-up offense, and wear down the defense. And there's a sack by number 67.
Yeah, and then again,
Felton.
Denzel Felton. He's coming up big on defense here. So 2nd and 16 now for Chippewa Valley from the 31-yard line. 6:53 left in the first half. Protecting a touchdown lead. Here's the draw play. Nice pickup so far.
Oh.
Tries to cut a little too quickly there, and Jordan Flakes basically takes himself down on the cut.
It looked like he twisted an ankle, but it looks like he's all right. Let's take a look at this replay.
Yeah, nice draw play there on a 2nd and long, and helps his team get a little bit closer. Now they have a better chance of converting here on 3rd down.
Foot slipped on that turf. Almost took out his own wheel. Pretty much did as he halted the run for himself.
3rd and 9. Brenning still looking to pass. Has a receiver on the sideline. Looks like he
Wow.
overthrows him a little bit. He does.
Intercepted.
Interception for the Chieftains. No, they'll say he was out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Slater Lutz there on defense, and it looked like he came down with that one, but of course on the far sideline there, hard to see if he got that foot down or not. Ref says he did not.
Take a look at this replay. Obviously, you don't have a challenge in high school football, but Lutz.
It looked like he was out. His
Yeah,
foot
he's
was
out.
touching the line. So good call there by the ref right there on the sideline. He had a perfect view of it. Makes the right call. 4th and 9 now for the
Chieftains gonna
Big
call
Reds.
timeout, I think, here. Yep. Smart timeout. You want to rest your defense here a little bit.
Yeah, again, it's a big play, so make sure you see what they come out
4th
in.
and
You know
9.
what they're going to do, so just see which, make sure you call the best defensive play you can. Talk about it a little bit, figure out what you want to do. You see this offense is crazy for Chippewa Valley, just so talented and so aggressive. In 4th down, they're not going to punt. They're not going to kick a field goal. They're going to go for it just about every time. They've already converted 1 4th down in this drive. Here's a 4th and 9, and again, they're going to go for it.
And that's why they're 4-1 on the season, Adam. But here's the thing. The Chieftains need to get a big stop here. They get a big stop here. You're down 14-7. There's plenty of time to try to come down this field, try to tie this ball game up and take it into overtime. This is a big down in this game that the Chieftains have to shut Chippewa Valley down here. And obviously they're going to go for it.
And this is Chippewa Valley's 3rd drive of the
This is
game.
the
They have not been stopped yet. Let's see if the Chieftains can finally put a stop to this offense.
This is what they do. This is what the Big Reds do right here.
Brenning still looking to pass. Has a receiver over the middle. Chieftain defender there, and that's
Yes.
intercepted. Chieftain's ball.
This time he's inbounds.
Well, he wished he would have knocked it down. He would have had better field position if he just knocked it down.
But you know
still,
what? You shut them
Chieftain's
down.
ball.
That's what you needed to do. You have 6:06 now to work with. Use that running game. Nice play. Brandon's still right here.
And Ivan
Forced-
Kesto right there on the
He
interception.
forced it in double coverage. And again, as we were talking at him, the Chieftains have clamped down on the secondary, something that they needed to do, and they've corrected that.
Yeah, they're making it tougher on the Chippewa Valley offense now and looking pretty good. So Chieftains take over, hand off to Gwilly on 1st down. He bounces it to the outside, has a little bit of room, still going down those
Stiff arm.
sidelines.
Oh!
Tiptoes and finally pushed out at about the 36
What a play.
yard line, which is the 34 they'll down it at.
That play nearly was taken down at the line of scrimmage, but the tackle for the Big Reds couldn't take Willie down. Let's take a look at this replay right here.
Just
There's number
nice
44
bounce.
and number 1. Couldn't get to him in time. Then number 8 couldn't with the stiff arm. And that's how Gwilly was able to go around and turn the corner. I believe that was going to be where he was going to go up the middle.
Yeah,
but
great
instead he
vision
went
there.
to the right.
Yeah, great vision there by him. The hole was getting taken up, and he bounced it to the outside. Hand off to Gwilly again, looking for a spot to go. Nowhere really to go there. Pick up of about a yard for Gwilly.
Kumina Gwilly moving the chains for the Chieftains. 2nd and 8 now in the 37.
So where did Gwilly's name go on the back of his jersey? Probably got ripped off. I remember last year, I think it finally got ripped off eventually throughout the season too. It would dangle more and more every game, and now it's just completely gone.
We know what number he is.
Yeah, we know who he is.
And everybody in the Macomb County area knows.
2nd and 8 for the Chieftains now from the 37-yard line. 5:18 left in the first half. Chieftains down a touchdown, have some room here on the run.
There's first down.
Close to that first down.
Looks
Don't
like
know
a
if he
yard.
got it though.
He looks like about a yard short.
That's Jason Groman on the carry there.
Chieftains are using that speed game, and it looks like Romeo, or I keep saying Romeo because they have the same colors.
Yeah, same colors.
But again, they're using that speed game, and it's hurting the Big Reds. It seems like that could be their Achilles heel on defense, is that they can't handle the speed of the other team's offense.
And again, like last week, Patrick O'Connor not throwing the ball really here at all.
If you got a well-balanced running game and it's working and it's effectively, you use that and you keep using it until it's broken.
3rd down here for the Chieftains. Handoff to Gwilly.
I don't
Doesn't
think he
look
got
like
it.
he'll have enough, so 4th down now upcoming. See what the Chieftains decide to do on the 4th and short.
This one's iffy at him because it's the Big Reds. If you fail to get that first down, the Big Reds are going to get that ball at a good field. It's tough. It's tough to make this decision.
You see
Good thing
Gwilly there,
thing I'm up here and not down there.
Well, no, you're right, Mike. It's a tough decision. You don't convert here. You give the good Big Reds offense a short field to work with, and you see how good this Chippewa Valley offense is. You don't want to do that. So we'll see what the Chieftains decide here.
It looks like I think they're gonna.
And then it appears they're going to go for it here. And the counter to what we just said is, hey, this offense is so good, we got to put points up too. So they might try to do that here, or maybe just try to draw them off sides. Let's see.
It looks like that's what they're going to try to do here. Try to draw them off sides.
Now they're going to wait. Gwilly, handoff. Looks like he might have enough. It's close.
I think he got it.
It looked like when he got pushed down into that pile, he appeared to have enough.
He's
We'll
on that
see where the
line.
ref marks it. It's going to be close.
He got it. First down, the ref signals. That's big. That's huge right there with 3:38. Gets the handoff. Just puts his head down, and his linemen help him get over.
And some aggressive play
Nice
calling
play.
from Chippewa Valley. Chieftains counted some aggressive play calling from them, going for it on 4th and 1 there, going the fake punt earlier. That's what's going to keep them in this game, and so far they're having success with it. So give them credit for some risky plays here that have turned out well for them. 1st and 10 now for the Chieftains from the 41-yard line. 3:17 left in the first half. Handoff to Gwilly.
It's quickly taken down.
Nowhere for him really to go
Might
there.
have got about a yard. Coach Tony Smith told us before the game that he wants to show that they belong, that if they can win this game, they belong.
And maybe you'd like to see, as much as they use Gwilly and some other things, maybe this is a time where you do try to take a shot down the field, so catch them off guard a little bit. But they've been conservative so far, and it's kind of working for them.
O'Connor has got. We know he has the arm to take it down the field. We know that Groman can go down the field and use that speed and create separation from his defender. You might see it. You could see him here with 240 if they have a shot at it.
2nd and 10 for the Chieftains. They have the ball to their own 41-yard line. They're down a touchdown, 14-7, of course, to Chippewa Valley. 2:30 left now in this first half. O'Connor looking to pass as a receiver, close to the first down marker. Not quite enough, but either way, good pickup for the Chieftains there. Jason Groman on the reception.
And again, Groman using that speed, crossed over, got that pass from O'Connor.
Well, there it is,
Those
play
are the plays
action.
that you were talking about.
That's what you got to do. And again, great play calling here so far for the Chieftains.
O'Connor had a lot of time, and he's 1 yard shy in the 3rd down here. So,
3rd and short. Chieftains need to convert on this one. 1:56 left in the first half. Gwilly with the handoff, looking to get that first down. He's close. See where they mark it. Yeah, it's close. See if forward progress gives it to him. Doesn't look like it. The referee is going to give it to him, though, but we'll see after they mark it. They might bring out the chains here.
It looks like he's very short.
Yeah, the right's just right through the center of the line there. You see the guard was pulling, and right at the hole, he couldn't quite get there in time, and taken down by Derek Gibson from Chippewa Valley.
And they're going to go for it again, being aggressive with a minute and 18 left.
Yeah, this side you're on, at least you're on the other side of the 50 now, so you feel a little bit better about it and giving a lot less time to Chippewa Valley to come down and score on you if you don't get it. So 4th and 1 for the Chieftains at the 45-yard line. See if Gwilly gets the ball again. They're going to wait and see what they got here. Time running off.
Timeout by the Chieftains or Big Reds? It looks like the Chieftains timeout. This might be a good call to call this timeout.
Yeah, Chiefs use their 3rd and final timeout here. They want to discuss this one and get the best play possible. You have 57.7 left. You ran some clock off there, so if you don't get it, I think if they do go for it here, less time for Chippewa Valley to come down and score on you. I like the play calling. I like what the Chieftains are doing
being
here
aggressive
tonight. Yeah, I love it. They're being aggressive when they need to, but still taking care of the ball. That's what's good about it. So
if they can get this first down, obviously probably going to try to run it up with Gwilly or one of the fullbacks. If they can get this first down, I think then you try to take a shot down the field, at least try to get into field goal range, get some points before this half is over.
Yeah, if you can at least get into field goal range, going in 14-10 at halftime with Chippewa Valley, you got to feel pretty good about that. Of course, you'd like to have the lead, but
or
down
tie
4,
game.
not too bad. Yeah, and the touchdown would be even better. So we'll see what the Chieftains dial up here on a big 4th and 1. Is
obviously the Big Reds are going to be coming. They're going to be blitzing on this play. Try to get right to Gwilly.
Yeah, we're in the last minute here of this half. Hand off to Gwilly. He has it. First down. They'll move the chains. And now the Chieftains do not have any timeouts left with under a minute to go and the clock running. So
clock stops.
Yeah, they're going to have to hurry up here. Of course, the clock will stop to
looks
move
like
the chains.
I think the big. Somebody called a timeout here. I believe the Big Reds did, or an official timeout. Nope, it's official timeout. But Gwilly is using that body and moving right up the middle. So 42 seconds. I try to go down. I try to take a shot down the field here, Adam.
Yeah, you at least want to get yourself in field goal range here, and you are running out of time.
Work the sidelines.
32 left. 32 seconds left. Gwilly with the handoff. He fumbles it, though. Coughs it up. It looks like the Big Reds will have it. They do. Chippewa Valley takes over now with 26.5 seconds left in the first half.
Tough break there with 26 seconds left. And Gwilly was moving. Let's take a look at this replay. Gets the handoff. Oh, and it just slipped right out of his
right out from behind him, and that's Anthony Garton that punched that one out.
No, you're correct. At first it looked like it slipped out, but yep, it was punched out. Was it Garman, you said?
Garton, yes.
Garton got right behind him and was able to punch it out.
Yeah, a little bit of devastation there for the Chieftains. So they convert on that 4th down and finally, driving down there. But either way,
if you
just
can
make
keep
sure you stop them
here. Just keep it 14-7 going into the half. Plus, they get the ball back.
Looking to pass the screen pass. It looked like that one was off the ground, but they're going to say it was complete. It'll be Stephen Claiborne.
Sure looked like it bounced off the ground.
It did, but they just let it happen. If anything, it's beneficial for the Chieftains because not a big pickup, and that should keep the clock running. But they're going to take a timeout.
I sure would like to see this again if we can, but.
Yeah, it appeared that one bounced, Mike, but
it wasted bounce that high out of your hands.
It wasted more time, though, if anything, so it's kind of a good thing for the Chieftains. Yeah, that appeared to bounce.
These refs have got to call this a little bit better if they can. I know everybody's human, but
the lights
at the
were really
same
bright.
Time,
it could have gotten their eye.
The lights are really bright.
What happened?
You can't afford stuff like that.
Hey, look.
Make the right call. There it is, right.
Oh, there it is. That's a bounce.
Now, come on. I mean, that's clear as day. There's a line judge right there in the middle.
Yeah, his back was.
Come on.
And great replay there, and to see that one, to clearly see it bounce on the slow mo.
At least I'm not yelling and screaming like Brandstatter.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, please don't.
But the refs have got to be a little bit better. That's twice now.
Save that for later.
That's twice now.
So 2nd and 6 now, and again, you see how aggressive this offense is. They're going to take their timeout. So they say a touchdown lead going to half. Nah, that's not good enough. We want more. So they're going to try for more. 2nd and 6, 18 seconds left.
Shut them
Chippewa
down.
Valley leading by a touchdown. See what they dial up here in the 4 wide. Brenningstool looking to pass. Has a guy on the outside, the receiver towards the sidelines. He doesn't want to get out of bounds, though. Taking out close to that marker. And that will be a first down.
Not sure if the Big Reds called a timeout.
Once again for the Chieftains in on the tackle, number 23. Just over 10 seconds left here. And another timeout.
But, you know, to me, this is silly on a part of a team that's leading. You got the lead. Take it to the half. I know
If
you want to get some more points.
why
Yeah,
not?
but it's 10 seconds left. Take it to the half. I wouldn't take any chances.
I love it. If I'm a coach, give me as many points as they can. And they have as good an offense as they have a good offense. You got to try to go for it.
You get burned. You get
we'll
burned
see if they
sometimes
do.
when you go to the well too many times.
They have one more timeout too, so you might see them go down a play similar to the last one, where they maybe go towards the sidelines, or they can afford to throw it down the middle of the field too. Maybe get yourself in field goal range, or at least close enough to have one more pass up as time expires and see what you can do.
Or maybe a pick six.
Oh, okay.
I could see them running the ball here, though.
No way.
See.
They're going for
They
it.
are.
They are. This team's very aggressive. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Flags
A
all
little bit of
over.
early movement there.
Laundry everywhere, Adam. And it looks like it's going to be on the Chieftains. No.
Substitution on the defense. 5-yard penalty. You'll still be first down.
We got 12
it is
people on the field. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little too many there. Yeah, we had 12 on the field. Hey, give the Chieftains credit for trying to slip an extra guy out there. You know, if you can get away with playing 12 guys on defense, I mean, why not? It's worth a try. So 1st and 5 now for the Big Reds. Brenningstool looking to pass. Still looking.
Nearly
A little bit of
sacked,
he
and
fumbles it. And the Chieftains will have it.
And that's the way you want to end the half right there. Brenningstool
Hey, they
trying
can
to
still
move around,
They
but
can
the
still
Chieftains.
run a play here, Mike.
And we got a fumble on a play recovered by
Well, they get the ball back in the second half to start it. So, I mean, you could try to take one shot down the field. Nice play there by the Chieftains to gut the ball out of Brenningstool.
And you make a good point. That's how you want to end the half. You keep them off the board.
End it strong.
They do get the ball back in the next half, so down a touchdown, not that big of a deal. And let's see if maybe they take a shot here. I mean, why not?
And suddenly, to me, the Big Reds kind of look like they might be human after all.
Yeah, that's right. Chieftains are playing a great game so far, sticking close to them, and a great job there. Too bad it is right before the half for the Chieftains, because otherwise you'd have a good chance to score here. But we'll see if they try to take a shot down the field with 1.2 seconds left. They'll come out in the 4 wide, see what Patrick O'Connor, he'll keep it for himself. And finally taken down to end the half. So that's it for the first half. Chieftains down a touchdown. Chippewa Valley leads at 14-7. Good first half of football so far. We'll be back for the second half coming up.
"15 years and Esplendito Mexican Restaurants is still known for its great tasting, quality food. Their secret? Combining the classic taste of Jimmy's Pizza and the well-loved menu from the original Pancho's restaurant. There's daily food and drink specials and weekday happy hours. Also, stop in for Taco Tuesday or on Sunday when kids eat free. Dine in or carry out. That's Esplendito Mexican Cuisine off Mound Road in Shelby Township. Call 586-739-1070.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with dachshund breeding.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Welcome back for the second half here. Chippewa Valley leads the Utica Chieftains 14-7. So far in the first half, Mike, Chippewa Valley, they came out, they scored on the first 2 drives. Chieftains finally found an answer for them, then the Chieftains scored. So back and forth so far, some defense showing up more towards the second quarter. Let's see how we got to this point, though.
Brennan Stool airs it out, gets it to number 15 for the touchdown to make it
Jimmy
7-0.
Sarnick there on the reception. He's had a huge game so far here tonight.
Yes, he has. Jimmy Sarnick coming up big, and then there's the fake handoff. Brennan Stool with the pass over to number 2.
Ryan Martinez
with the catch makes it 14-0. But then the Chieftains come back and answer back.
It was Gwilly time.
You always
got to work Gwilly in there, and there's his first
peanut butter
touchdown.
Gwilly time?
Peanut butter Gwilly time. There it is. And here's the Chieftains. They will get the ball first in the second half if they hang on to this one. They still
have it. They still have it. Bottom line, at the end of the day, the running game prevailed for the Chieftains, and the defense has stepped up big against the Big Reds.
Absolutely, and so far only 2 pass attempts by the Chieftains. One by Patrick O'Connor on a play action, the other by the punter on the fake punt on fourth down.
That was that 4th and 1.
Not too much passing going on here so far.
The atmosphere here is pretty pumped here as the Chieftains, if they can get the upset here, everybody thought that the Big Reds would be up to a big lead going into the half, but the Chieftains so far have held their own defensively. The corners have tightened things up defensively on the receivers of the Big Reds. They have not been able to throw those big passes like they are accustomed to.
So here's the Chieftain offense for the first time in the second half. Here's the end around to Groman there. Taken down. Yeah, he has. They've run that play maybe 3 times now, and so far not too much success with it, but at least spreading the defense out a little bit here with the attempt.
So reverse gets it to Groman, and Groman goes around that corner, uses that speed, puts his head down, but is taken down quickly. The Chieftains looking to try to get down the field and get some points here. They try to tie this football game up early and quick.
2nd and 10 for the Chieftains at the 25-yard line. Here's the handoff up the middle. Nice pick up there to make this 3rd down a little bit shorter for them to pick up.
Looks like he got about 5 on the play, so another 5 yards for Kumanagwili with the handoff. And again, up the middle, using those feet and those legs. It just pushes right through, gets 5, so it's going to be 3 and 5 on the 30. Big down here for the Chieftains to try to get this first down, keep this drive going. You see the pink out Barney Swinehart Field here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Always a great cause, Adam.
Absolutely, Mike, and it's a chilly night here, so a little bundled up. Patrick O'Connor with the pass attempt, and leads his receiver right into the defender, and he gets lit up there.
And there's your chance that you were looking for right there.
Yeah, R.J. Pinto on the pass there, and can't quite come up with it as he gets laid out across the middle. And if you remember R.J. Pinto from the big catch here at home on homecoming 2 weeks ago, and that thriller coming back late at the end of that game with 1:12 left, the Chieftains came back. That was a good one.
You got to give credit to the Big Reds wideouts there for shutting down Pinto and getting to him quickly. So Chieftains going to punt this thing.
Yeah, 4th and 5. Chieftains will be forced to punt. Don't think they'll fake it on this one. And almost blocked there. Fair catch called for by the Big Reds. That'll be down at the 42-yard line of the Chieftains. And we'll see the Big Reds offense for the first time here as Chippewa Valley is protecting that touchdown lead. They lead at 14-7. 10:30 left in this second half.
And the Big Reds are going to go with the wind here. Chieftains against the wind as the wind is starting to really pick up here.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mike. You see the flags on the field goal post, and this wind is really, really picking up here as the night moves on, and that could play a factor here as this game moves towards the end here. could play a role, really, especially if there's any field goal attempts or just throwing the ball in the second half.
Defensively in the first half, the Chieftains were able to play things tight. Let's see if they can continue that here in the second half.
First down for the Big Reds.
Reverse to number 21, and he's nearly taken down.
Claiborne, they've ran that play a few times tonight. Nowhere for him to go as he gets to the outside.
Chieftains coming in with it. There's the handoff to Claiborne, coming in with a game plan of there's nice stiff arm. And then finally taken down by the horse collar.
Yeah, Gwilly wrapped him up on that one. So 2nd and 12 now as they lose 2 yards on that play. Brennan still looking to pass. Got a receiver over the middle, first down for them. Nice pass there.
Claiborne again.
Yeah, Claiborne with the reception moves the chains for Chippewa Valley.
And again, the Chieftains. Here's Brennan still with it. Airs it out right to Claiborne as he crossed right over.
Just a great pass there, right in the chest, giving his receiver a good chance to catch that one. Brennan still on the play action, gets it to the outside, and Claiborne just can't quite come up with it there.
That's the second or third time that the Big Reds have dropped passes tonight.
And this spread offense, you see how good it is. They just spread the ball out to everybody. Claiborne used him. We've seen Sarnik have some success.
And that's a catch that you got to come up with. It was right there, right in the breadbasket.
And that happens a decent amount when you're running so many screens. As a receiver, you're worrying about finding your blockers and running up the field, getting those yards after the catch, and sometimes you forget to actually catch the ball before you turn up the field. Sarnik in motion for Chippewa Valley. 2nd and 10 for them. Looks like they maybe see something on the defense or switching the play up a little bit.
All naughty ball here.
Threw out on the top of the screen, handoff to Darian Greeley, cuts it back up the middle, and a nice pickup there for Greeley on the handoff.
Chieftains need to try to tighten things up here again like they did in that first half. Obviously, you go into the half, teams make adjustments, but the Chieftains, they played that first half, they played very well defensively.
Yeah, the second quarter is where that defense really started to shine. Brennan still looking to move it through the air. Over one Chieftain defender and caught. First down for the Big Reds, and that is Jimmy Sarnik. Again, we've seen a lot of him so far tonight.
This is the most I've seen Brennan Stuhl pass the ball in this game. And again, right on the money.
He's got a nice strong arm there, and he's making some good passes here so far tonight. So 1st and 10 for the Big Reds from the 28-yard line. Brennan Stuhl's got a receiver around the first down marker. He has the first down and more. They'll move the chains again.
Got to be tighter than that on there.
And that's Anthony Rinaldi on the reception. And this Chippewa Valley offense coming out strong in the second half.
They're turning things up here. Let's take a look right here. Brennan Stuhl has all the time in the world.
Yeah, great blocking there by the offensive
but again,
line.
The two Chieftains, don't mean to call them up, but they got to be a little tighter on their receiver.
Here's the run. Nice pickup there by Darian Greeley.
Roman,
they're
the tackle.
Yeah, they're threatening to score now. They're down by that 5-yard line after that carry.
2nd and short.
So 2nd and very short. They'll mark the ball at around the 7-yard line. A nice draw there to Greeley, and he got that ball and turned his head up the field really quick. Got those legs moving. Nice run by Greeley on that one. 2nd and 1. Here's the handoff. Touchdown, Chippewa Valley. That's Greeley. They'll go up 2 touchdowns on the Chieftains here in the 3rd quarter.
Not how you wanted to start this first half. You had all the excitement, all the emotion, and all the positives on your side going into that half. And you come out in this half, you get that first series, you can't convert, and the Big Reds get back up on the board and going to take the lead here with the extra point, 21-7.
And look at we saw the use of the bat heads here in the Chippewa Valley student section. Pretty funny to see. So here is the extra point. It's up, and it's good. Chippewa Valley now leads this one 21-7 over the Chieftains. 8:11 left in this 3rd quarter. Their first drive in the second half, having no problem move the ball both through the air and on the ground. And you see that wind starting to blow as we check out the flags there. And here's the handoff again to Greeley. Gets to the left side and just wide open spaces, gets in the end zone.
much you could do there. Nice blocking by the Big Reds. Just taking the Chieftains right out of the play. And the Chippewa Valley Big Reds, for them, coming up after this game, they will travel over to...
They'll take on Eisenhower.
And
that's going to be
here
at
Barney Swanhart. So they'll stick right here next week.
No, actually, that's an away game, Mike. Well, yeah, Utica back here for a home game next week.
True.
Eisenhower on the road for Chippewa Valley. Well, Chippewa Valley will be home.
My mistake.
But a tough schedule for Chippewa Valley. They started off the year 3 road games: Lake Orion, Dakota, and Stevenson. 3 tough games, and they came out winning 2 of them and only losing 4 points to Dakota, a very tough team to beat.
And then Mott as well last week. I mean, that's another tough team that they beat.
Yeah, great comeback victory for him in that one. So here is the kick. High, deep kick. That'll be returned around the 5-yard line for the Chieftains and tripped up and taken down around the 15-yard line. So not much room there for Gwilly to return it. And a nice kick by the Big Reds to pin the Chieftains back a little bit on that one.
Well, Chieftains need to try to get something going here. You'd like to see them spread the ball out a little bit, try to get some passes out there, not be so conservative. But the running game was working well in that first half. Let's see if they can get back to it, try to climb back into this game. They're down 2 scores.
First down for the Chieftains. Hand off to Gwilly. He gets to the outside, knocks down a defender, and pushed out of bounds there. Foot went out of bounds.
Great coverage there by the Big Reds. Gwilly, he ran out of real estate. It looks like he gained about maybe 7 on the play. Nice stiff arm there. And nice putting his head down and just taking the hit. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 with 7:59 to go here on the 22.
And Gwilly has been pretty good tonight. They need to keep going to him, get him. He, of course, with the lone Chieftain touchdown so far here. 2nd and 3 from the 22-yard line. 7:59 left in the 3rd quarter. Chippewa leaves this one 21-7. Hand off to Gwilly. He'll have the first down and more. And a nice pickup there by Gwilly.
It looked like he was going to get shut down there, but he was able to keep moving those feet. He moved it in and got that first down.
And that's what you want to see there. Getting Gwilly going here in the 2nd half. Chieftains taking care of the ball here and getting some time of possession. You see that run one more time. Just keeps those legs moving. But they want to have their offense out there for a while. Their defense has been on the field enough, especially with how good that Chippewa Valley offense has been. Give them a break, run the ball, take care of it. You see the handoff to Gwilly again, a nice little pickup there.
Well, Connor's got the arm. I'd like to see him start throwing the ball a little bit if they can. But Gwilly has been effective. Not many teams have been able to shut him down except for Anchor Bay and Romeo. Those are the only 2 teams that I've seen so far this year able to shut him down and contain him. And believe it or not, I didn't expect that from Anchor Bay. I expected that from Romeo, but not Anchor Bay.
Absolutely, Mike. You're right, and he did. They did a good job of shutting him down for the most part, but then he finally got let loose again last week. We'll see if he can do some more this week. 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains. Hand off to Gwilly. And a nice little run there, moving the ball forward. Chieftains taking care of it, just picking up little chunks at a time. When you talk about Gwilly getting shut down against Anchor Bay, of course, he got back up against Cuzno, but the Chieftains' last 2 games are coming off 2 wins in a row now, beating Anchor Bay and Cuzno. Moving forward, Grosse Pointe South next week, and then Port Huron and finish the season with Stevenson. So some tough games still ahead of the Chieftains here. 3rd and 2, big 3rd down for the Chieftains. Need to convert here. Gwilly gets the handoff. No,
fake handoff.
O'Connor keeps it for himself and picks up that first down, and Chieftains move the chains.
They went right after Gwilly. They did not expect O'Connor to have that ball.
Yeah,
that
really
play worked effectively as he got that first down.
Yeah, they really haven't ran that play much where O'Connor, keeps it for himself, that read option, and it was a great fake. I mean, it looked like he handed it off to Gwilly. He got eaten up right away, and he held on to it last second there and said, no, I'm going to keep this one.
I have to admit, I am surprised. Did not think that he would not be throwing the football though tonight.
Yeah, not
to his receivers.
Not at all. I mean, I think one completion through the air. I think they had 2 incompletions so far. One screen pass earlier in the game off Groman's hands, but one complete pass so far tonight. And O'Connor keeps it for himself again there. Pickup of about 3.5 yards on that carry.
And again, I mean, yeah, the clock is running, but at the same time, they're controlling things. Big Reds still do not have an answer for the Chieftains running game.
So Chieftains eating up some clock as well as moving the ball here, which is good to see from their offense. Gwilly having some success. As we talked about earlier, 301 yards, 6 touchdowns last week. Would love to repeat something close to that again this week. Groman on the end around, see if he can get to the outside. He can't take him down. And again, they've tried that play a few times now, maybe 4 times, and hasn't worked.
Maybe about 2 times it's worked, I would think. But again, shut down once again as he's able to go. He's trying to get to that outside. And that's where the Big Reds, number 1 and number 8, are able to take him down. Austin Musa and Stanley Williams. Try for a screen pass here. Try for a cross route if they can.
3rd and 6 for the Chieftains. They have it at their own 49-yard line. 4:32 left in the 3rd quarter. This will be the handoff to Gwilly. See if he can get out to the outside. He cannot take him down. 4th down upcoming for the Chieftains. Great stop by the Chippewa Valley defense. And they're not letting the Chieftains get to the outside whatsoever. Not Groman, not Gwilly. Just shutting it down right now.
They're going to punt this ball. That's the right choice. At a 4th and 6.
Yeah, Mike, the defense just doing a great job here by Chippewa Valley. And the Chieftains just having a hard time moving it on offense. And every time they start moving the chains a little bit, they get shut down. And eventually I think you have to start trying to take some shots down the field and let Patrick O'Connor throw it a little bit. Last week they didn't have to because they had so much success in the running game. This week, though,
if you're going to stay in this game, you have to take some shots down the field. Nearly blocked.
Yeah, having a
probably did get a piece of it the way that they got.
Be downed at the 32-yard line.
But again, if you're going to be in this game, you got to try to go down the field with some passes if you can.
Yeah, at this point, it's the second half. You're down 2 touchdowns. You might finally be forced to start passing. And yeah, nice shot there. You see punter rushed again, just like last punt, and didn't get very much on it.
This is where the defense needs to stand tall and keep this a 21-7 affair with 3:24 to go. There's plenty of time to try to climb back in this thing, but it's got to start right now. The defense needs to try to get a quick 3 and out if they can, which is, I mean, I know that's rare against the Big Reds, but if they can get a quick 3 and out, that'd be huge for the Chieftains.
Yeah, force a turnover. They really need to make something happen here, help their offense out, give them good field position, force a turnover, do something. Get your team back in the game, put your offense back on the field. As you're trailing 2 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. They take over at the 31. Brenningstool looking to pass. We'll check it down, though, to a receiver on the outside of the field. Pushed out of bounds, Jimmy Sarnick on the reception there.
And we've heard his name lots of times tonight. He had that touchdown earlier in the night. And he's been all over the place catching that ball for the Chippewas.
Yeah, very talented receiver, 5'9", 175, the senior. And he's just been incredible so far tonight. Here's the handoff.
Greeley.
That's Greeley there on the carry, and he, of course, scored the last rushing touchdown for the Big Reds. So he's had some success tonight, especially in the second half. Didn't really see much of him in the first half, but now in the second half he's got a couple big carries and another decent pickup from him there. 3rd and 2 now for Chippewa Valley at the 39-yard line. See what they decide to do here. Of course, just about any territory is 4th down territory, though, for the Big Reds.
And they've had success, converted 3 times tonight on the 4th down.
Yeah, and one of them being a touchdown.
Running some clock, trying to get the Chieftains to jump off sides. And finally they call a timeout. So the Big Reds playing around a little bit there, trying to get the Chieftains to the jump off sides, which makes sense to try to get that first down. Chieftains keeping their composure. There's a big down right here. Try to get a big stop here in this third down, and obviously you know the Big Reds are going to go for it probably on fourth down if there is a fourth down.
Yeah, this team doesn't like to punt, that's for sure. So
maybe they don't have a punter.
Yeah, or if you are this team's punter, you're hanging out right now. I'm taking a nap. Yeah, I'm taking a nap over there, getting some blankets and getting nice and cozy on this cold night.
There he is right there.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out with this with the tee.
You guys can let me play. But yeah, so it being 3rd and 2 here, probably 2 downs for the Big Reds to pick up 2 yards. So Chieftains going to have a hard time stopping them here, but let's see if that defense can come up with a big stop, shut down this Chippewa Valley offense and get the ball back to their offense and let Patrick O'Connor and Gwilly try to chip into this lead.
Chieftains switching things up defensively. Roman going to change things up and go on number 9, Reed Adams. I'm not sure what's going on here.
They're taking their time.
Chippewa's taking their sweet old time. The clock's not running, so I'm not sure why they're taking their sweet old time.
Mike, here tonight finally feels like an actual fall night. So far, games have been pretty warm. It's low 50s here. We're finally getting some chilly weather.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I like the hot weather. Sorry.
My sweet summer's gone.
Lasers are prohibited. Thank you.
Well, I guess somebody had a laser pointer out in the crowd, and that's what they're waiting for. That's what they're waiting for a high school game.
Well, you can't have that going on. It's got to be distracting. So you got to cut that out. So 3rd and 2 here, and Greeley with the carry, and he's going to have the first down.
I think that laser pointer was from the Chippewa fans over there.
Didn't laser pointers stop being cool like 10 years ago?
If you have a cat,
it's
a thing to play with your cat, I guess. I don't know. I don't have a cat.
And there's Greeley with
dogs
the first
are more
down
intelligent, so we don't use laser pointers. Now I've offended the cat people, huh?
Yeah, you have. And here's a pass way over his intended receiver's head there, Stanley Williams, and he's trying to give souvenirs out here. Maybe that, or he was throwing it at the guy with the laser pointer. I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody's getting suspended Monday.
Oh, boy. So 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Chippewa Valley Big Reds. They have the ball at their own 42-yard line. Brenning Stool looking to pass as a receiver, but incomplete off his hands and threw it a little low there. Brenning Stool just looks so casual in the pocket. I mean, there's few quarterbacks that just casually, he zips it out there.
He makes it look easy.
He does, and for the most part, he's had good throws tonight. That one a little low, but I've never seen a quarterback so casual in the pocket. He knows his line's going to give him time, and he's going to get an open receiver most of the time, and he's very patient. 3rd and 10 now. Brenning Stool, the screen pass, and just falls over. Can't quite get his feet under him because he had some blockers, and that's really there on the catch. And
that's the 3rd time tonight, I think.
What
he
is
stumbled
this?
over his own feet.
Is this what I think it is?
What's that?
Are they going to punt the ball?
I won't believe it until I see it.
Are they going to punt the ball, Mike? Here's the punter. So 4th down for the Big Reds. It appears that they'll punt.
He probably hasn't punted in about 5 weeks.
And they will, and it's a nice, high, pretty solid punt.
That's the first punt probably for him
all year. And that'll be down by Jakubik at the 26-yard line. That's where the Chieftain offense will take over.
Well, they did what they had to do defensively. They shut down the Big Reds from getting any points. It's a 21-7 game still with 1:12.
Yeah, still plenty of time left. 1:12 left in the 3rd quarter. You're only down 2 touchdowns. Chieftains have plenty of time to do their thing. See the pink out here, the student section, the tribe. They're trying to keep warm, and they're waiting for something to get excited about here as this 4th quarter is coming up shortly. O'Connor from the shotgun, looking to pass, has a receiver over the middle. That's Jakubik. He'll get to the outside. Nice pickup there. First down for the Chieftains. Down, pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
That was Groman again with the reception. There's O'Connor finding Groman, and they're finally going to start throwing the ball here, which is good. Try to open things up here. If they're going to have any shot at trying to climb into this game, O'Connor's going to have to try to get some passes out.
So first down, they have the ball at the 45-yard line. Patrick O'Connor, the quarterback, trying to get his team back in this one. Chieftains go 4 wide. They'll hand it off to Glillo. No, O'Connor keeps it for himself. Gets to the outside, looking to get to that first down marker.
First down and a
but
flag.
there is a flag down on the play.
I think there might be holding here coming back.
O'Connor's got a lot of grass there on his jersey. It's a little grassy tonight.
Is that an artificial turf? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's fake grass here. Go with it. Fine. He's looking a little turfy here tonight, Mike.
We got a holding on number 2 on the offense, on the receiver. Number two.
So that's Groman, and he wants to make sure it's number 2. I mean, we have to know exactly who it is. See O'Connor here again.
Repeated it 3 times. And it's coming back. See, those are the plays right there. You can't let that happen. You gotta. Now you kind of shot yourself in the foot. You're getting pushed back again. You were moving that chains.
First and 13, of course, moved back from the spot of the foul. So first and 13 for the Chieftains from the 42-yard line. 35 seconds left in this third quarter. O'Connor looking for a receiver. Has one over the middle. Caught first down. Got some more room. Being spun around, taken down at the 20-yard line, and that's a first down for the Chieftains. Nice pickup there.
What a play.
And now they're about in that red zone. R.J. Pinto with the catch.
Pintos and cheese, Adam. Pintos and cheese. Here you go, right here. Boom. Nice pass. Sound like John Madden now. And gets it right to R.J. Pintos and cheese. Gets right down the field, and he's still moving. They finally need 3 big reds to take him down. So the Chieftains now on the 20. And there's a little Chieftain fan wearing pink to support breast cancer. And it's going to let the clock run out.
Yeah, they'll let it run out. So that's it for the third quarter. Chieftains threatening to score now. Chippewa leads this one, though, 21-7. We'll see what the Chieftains dial up here as the fourth quarter comes along.
"15 years and Esplendito Mexican Restaurants is still known for its great tasting, quality food. Their secret? Combining the classic taste of Jimmy's Pizza and the well-loved menu from the original Pancho's restaurant. There's daily food and drink specials and weekday happy hours. Also, stop in for Taco Tuesday or on Sunday when kids eat free. Dine in or carry out. That's Esplendito Mexican Cuisine off Mound Road in Shelby Township. Call 586-739-1070.
And welcome back for the fourth quarter here. Chieftains have the ball at the 20-yard line. They're threatening to score. Down 2 touchdowns to Chippewa Valley, but look, they can score here, be down a touchdown, moving the ball offensively. Defense finally showing something here in the second half, making a good stop on that last one. We saw Chippewa Valley punt for the first time tonight.
It's a big down right here. Big series for the Chieftains. You want to get in there quickly in this early in this fourth quarter. Come back out of defense and take things down. But first, let's get things going here with this touchdown.
And here is the keeper to O'Connor, and they're running that play a lot more now in the second half, and it's somewhat working. And
they're full. It's full in the big reds. I mean, they keep thinking that Willie is going to have that ball, and most of the time he does. But at the same time, O'Connor, that's why that's being effective. I mean, he's taking it right up to the right or to the left.
2nd and 8 now for the Chieftains. They have the ball at the 18-yard line. 11:24 left in this fourth quarter. O'Connor got a receiver over the middle.
Short of the first down, but
a little bit short, but a nice pick up there. Make this a 3rd and short upcoming, and that, of course, Jason Groman on the reception.
Got about 5 yards on that play. Coming up on 11 minutes. The Chieftains.
And Mike, I went back in the time machine earlier. It was Groman with a reception, and I called him Jakubik. I got to correct myself there. Number 2 went back in the time machine of
a couple years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, so what are you going to do? But Groman's having himself
I think
a
you're
good
excited because this is your school, your alumni.
Well, look, they're threatening to score here, see if they can get back in this football game. 3rd and 3 for the Chieftains. They have it at the 13-yard line. Hand off to Gwilly. He's got the first down and more. Nice pickup for Gwilly. Let's move those chains.
Coming to Gwilly. Moving that football, and the Big Reds really, they haven't had a real big answer for him tonight. I mean, he's been getting a couple chunks here, a couple chunks there, and then just breaks out for those big ones. But right there again, able to take it to the right side of the field and able to gain that first down for the Chieftains.
Yeah, 1st and goal for the Chieftains. They have it at the 8. 10-18 left in this 4th quarter. Chieftains got to finish out this drive with a touchdown.
Finish it strong.
See what O'Connor does here. He'll give it to his running back, Gwilly. Gwilly taken down right away. Nice stop there by the Chippewa Valley defense.
See, there you probably could have ran that play with that O'Connor, the quarterback sneak. He might have been able to get into the end zone. There's the handoff there.
Yeah, Tanner.
And everybody gobbled.
He just takes him right down there. Good job by him.
That play, that quarterback sneak to O'Connor might have worked on that one.
Yeah, you're right. 2nd down and goal now from the 8-yard line. Chieftains looking to bring this lead down to only a touchdown. 9:32 left in the 4th quarter. O'Connor leading this offense, trying to put some points on the board.
Timeout by the Big Reds or the Chieftains?
Chieftains. So you hear Coach Tony Smith, I believe, yelling for it there on the sidelines.
You got to get this right. You have to convert on this. You have to get into the end zone if you're even going to be alive in this game. You got a lot of time left.
Yeah, finish this drive. You have to. And Chieftain offense, the defense here, a very talented Chippewa Valley team. Got to take the points when you can get them. You're threatening to score here. 2nd and goal, so make sure you finish this one out.
There's our crew in the truck for Shelby Television.
And always a great job by them.
Headed by Arthur Schenk, our director. Great job, guys, tonight.
Yeah, they've got some great slow-mo replays. They've got some good ones tonight. That bounce we got to see earlier, great work on that one.
Each and every week, if it's Utica Chieftains or Eisenhower football, we bring it to you right here.
Second and goal for the Chieftains. 9:21 left in this football game. They trail by 2 touchdowns. See if they can get a little closer here. Hand off to Gwilly. He's got some room on the outside. Does he get in?
It looks like he got in.
Touchdown, Chieftains. There's the signal. Gwilly with his 2nd touchdown of the night. Chieftains only down a touchdown now.
And the
touchdown or tackle on the play number 3. The only thing you got for the Big Reds. 3rd and goal.
Nope, it's 3rd and goal, Adam.
Oh, well, the ref signaled touchdown.
The ref did signal it, but then he must have took it back.
They marked that down real short.
Throw the flag, challenge it.
Well, the ref right there on that side signaled touchdown.
That's the 3rd or 4th call tonight. And now I think he might have get in.
Well, now I'm going to wait to see.
And again, they're saying no.
No touchdown. So the back ref must have seen it better that last play because the closest ref signaled for the touchdown. Hard to see.
This is where
call it back now. This one close, but
this is where you give it to your fullback, put his head down, have 3 or 4 guys behind him, and push him right through. Get that touchdown. Here we go. Big down.
Yeah, big 4th down here, Mike. You have it right outside that goal line. It's a big 4th down. Got to put it in here. Hand off to Gwilly. Looks like he'll
now
be
I think
in.
he might have got it.
Touchdown, Gwilly. There
Finally,
it is.
they signal it.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the night. Now the Chieftains are down. 1 touchdown to Chippewa Valley.
Get that extra point as the classmates of Utica High School cheering on their football team. The Chieftains going to try to get this extra point. Get within a score here and let the defense.
Almost blocked, but extra point up. It's good.
And a flag on a play.
Ball game here.
It looked like a flag on a play, but I guess not. But anyway, the Chieftains, they did what they had to do there.
Yeah, we got a flag.
We do have the flag.
Right?
I thought so.
Don't second guess yourself.
There's the laundry on the field.
Of course, with these, signals and stuff going on now, it's hard not to second guess what's going on.
I think some unsportsmanlike conduct.
Maybe he jumped early to get there.
5 yards. Oh, 5. Not for 5 yards. Not no. Yeah. Well, he.
All right. Well, I'm
never seen a ref.
We got that one clear.
Have a conversation with the coach and address the crowd.
Well,
but
at least he turned his mic off. It went from public to private real quick. So at least he handled that. So Chieftains down a touchdown. 7:49 left in this football game.
So the Chieftains back in this game, Adam, and now defensively they have to shut things down here. Here's the replay right here of this touchdown drive. Willie just putting his head down, tucking it in there, and pushing his way right through. But defensively, that last drive that the Big Reds had, the Chieftains were able to slow things down for them, even though they were able to convert on the first down and get another set of downs. But the Chieftains, this is big right here defensively. They have to come out and try to force the 3 and out.
Yeah, they did a good job last time. Ooh, football blown off the tee there, and that shows you again.
The wind's
getting a little bit strong here tonight. So
they're supposed to be 15 to 20 mile-an-hour winds. Mile-per-hour winds, I should say. I always forget the P in there.
Well, we know what you mean.
Sometimes we say it fast.
Veronica Kramer on the kickoff, a high squibber. See who comes down with it. He drops it. Who can come up with it?
Yeah, he's got it back. But it was
yeah, it was a nice job. I mean, she kicked it up nice and high, and Chieftains almost had a chance of bringing that one back. But
that would have been huge.
Yeah, Chippewa Valley will retain possession.
It looks like,
kickoff.
Yeah, just the body language of seeing the Big Reds, it looks like the Chieftains are in their head a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Looking a little bit more stagnant here in this second half.
But coming
like
out
they
of
don't want it as much.
But coming out of that scrum, I mean, after
they looked,
Ryan Martin,
they looked a little lackadaisical all around here in the second half.
But I mean, as you can see, well, we don't have that part, but Martinez shoved Grolman. So it looks like the Big Reds are getting a little frustrated here.
A little bit.
They probably feel that they should be blowing this thing open, but the Chieftains have hung in there.
And this is a good Chieftain football team. They're 3-2. They've been playing really well lately, and they're making a stand for themselves here. First down for the Big Reds. That screen pass to the outside.
Quickly taken down.
Over it, taken down. I think that's Kumina Gwilly on the outside with the tackle.
Gwilly's been all over tonight with those 2 TDs, and defensively able to take down Greenlee there.
Oh, just great takedown there by Gwilly. He saw that coming the whole way, got there right away. Here's the handoff to Greeley. He might have the first down. He does, out to the 50-yard line, and that'll move the chains for the Chippewa Valley Big Reds. And that's Darian Greeley there, who has had a great second half so far. Of course, he has the touchdown, and he's had a few big pickups in the second half. And because the first half we didn't really see anything from him. Screen pass here on the outside, taken down right away. That's Stephen Claiborne.
The Chieftains seem like they have those screen passes.
Yeah, they're getting
covered
there
well tonight after getting it thrown at them in that first quarter a lot by the Big Reds. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 12. That's a loss of 2 yards right there.
Yeah, they actually lost 2 yards there. What a great takedown there. Right away, and great job to wrap up.
Blitz.
Sprinting Stool looking to do something, has nothing, will run out of bounds. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that, though.
It's going to be a 4th
down upcoming.
No, 3rd down. You're right. It's a big down.
Now Brinning's still looking. That's more of a coverage sack. Nobody's open. He thinks maybe I can do it myself. Even then, he can't. Nowhere for him to go, and forced out to the Chieftains sideline.
But he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a 3-10 on the 48 with 6:37. So the Chieftains can get a big stop here.
A big third down in the middle of the field. Brinning still looking to pass. Has a couple receivers. Has one right down the middle. He's around that first down marker. Does he have it? Yes, he does. Moves the chains again for the Big Reds.
Great presence there by Anthony Rinaldi.
And that's what they do, Mike. Just spreading the ball out. Have 3 receivers pretty much go deep. Then one guy trail, come down the middle, and he was just wide open.
Well, not only that, take a look right here. Rinaldi's going to get this ball, but he's going to quickly, as he gets caught, quickly turn, and he's also, by his defender, we got a penalty here, and it might be on the Big Reds. And then I think...
Yeah, it looks like they're signaling on the Big Reds. They're going to move that ball back.
But again, Rinaldi, great presence, to know where he was at, and was able to turn himself to get that first down.
So 1st and 15 now upcoming for Chippewa Valley. 6:21 left in this football game. There's the draw to Greeley.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line of scrimmage, so a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Chieftains slowing down this offense, not stopping it though yet, but see if they can come up with a stop here.
The Big Reds keep shooting themselves in the foot with some penalties.
Yeah, just small penalties, but enough to move them back a little bit, make it a little bit tougher on themselves. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Brinning Stone's going to look to go deep. He's got a receiver. Will he come down with it? He does. Touchdown, Chippewa Valley. The Chieftains get beat deep, and then the Big Reds extend that lead to 2 touchdowns once again.
Alex Mackman, or no, Jimmy Zarnik again.
Zarnik again.
And that is exactly why the Big Reds are who they are. They're able to throw those deep passes and kill you. Just when you think that they're not going to, they do, and that's the name of the game. And now they're going to go up 28-14, barring the extra point here. The Chieftains were looking for one of those short passes or a run, and I got to give credit to the Chieftain defender. He was on him and nearly had a chance to rip that ball out.
Extra points up. It's good. Chippewa Valley 28, Chieftains 14. And a big play there. Look again.
Right
Chieftains
here.
just thinking they're slowing them down finally or stopping them. Then all of a sudden they air it out. Huge deep pass, and Jimmy Zarnik.
And it looks like that was I want to say number 15 for the Chieftains. And that would have been Sam Marchese, as he was able to get his hand up in there. Just could not fight off Zarnik.
The Chieftains doing everything they can to stay in this one. See it one more time. The quarterback cocks it back, just throws it as far as he can. 50 yards down the field, and Zarnik with a perfect catch. 2 touchdowns for him tonight. He's been phenomenal tonight. Double-digit receptions for him.
I'm sorry, that was Cameron Mitchell. Mitchell, you could see him look dejected as he was holding his own on Zarnik, but Zarnik just a little too strong, comes down with the ball, and gets that TD. So now the Chieftains down 28-14 with 5:44 left in this game.
And still plenty of time left, Mike. Of course, they're going to get the ball here, down 2 touchdowns, over 5 minutes left in this game. So Chieftains can definitely do something here. Here's the kick, very high in the air, return from the 20-yard line. Trying to get to the outside. We'll cut it back up the middle. A little bit of room there, and taken down around the 29-yard line for the Chieftains. That's Slater Lutz on that return.
Now you got to take chances here. You got to go down the field. We've seen them trying to do it on that last drive to score that touchdown. Try to take some chances and possibly cut this into half, this lead in half.
Yeah, you're running out of time now, so might as well take some chances, see what the Chieftains decide to do here. Had a lot of success in the running game with Gwilly tonight, but not enough to keep up with Chippewa Valley, and they're running out of time, and they're down 2 touchdowns. O'Connor has a receiver. That's a first down. That's R.J. Pinto on the reception to midfield. finally pushed out of bounds
Stops the
at
clock.
about the 46-yard line of the Big Reds. And the Chieftains moving the ball here. Nice play, O'Connor to Pinto.
And all of a sudden, in the last couple weeks here, Pinto has come up big with some big passes. Obviously not on the scouting radar for other teams. It's usually Gwilly or Groman. But Pinto is coming up big. So 5:27 here now, Adam.
Yeah, still a decent amount of time. And
O'Connor looks like he's been given the go-ahead to start throwing this ball.
well, let's see what O'Connor's arm can do. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. 5:27 left in the game. O'Connor looking to pass again. Has a receiver overthrows him a little bit, though. And that, of course, Jason Groman, I believe. No, Slater Lutz, the intended receiver, excuse me, and just a little too much over his head. And he's a little bit shorter there, so that defensive back was towering over him a little bit.
Coach Tony Smith telling him.
But that's fine. You'd rather overthrow him by a decent amount there and not turn the ball over.
And his coordinators are telling him that too. Without a doubt. You don't want to take that sack either because that would have been a loss of 5. And he had the chance to air it out.
2nd down now. Hand off to Gwilly. He has a little bit of room to
use that speed.
Shakes one defender. Still moving forward down to about the 12-yard line. And the Chieftains in the red zone now threatening to score. They're trying to cut this lead in half. 5:14 left in the 4th quarter.
And Kumino Gwilly showing that speed. Up that right side. Let's take a look at this replay. Gets a couple blocks in that backfield, and then he's just off to the races. One man to beat. Slows him down was number 1 there, Stanley Williams of the Big Reds. And it was enough for Gwilly to stumble there and be taken down.
1st down for the Chieftains from the 12-yard line. Give the ball to Gwilly again. Has a little bit of room to work. Nice pick up there. Be down at about the 6-yard line.
Again, number 25 for your Chieftains, Kumino Gwilly. And Anthony Garten.
See where they marked that, though.
2nd down.
4:40. Chieftains with 2 timeouts left.
See that one more time. Gwilly bounces it out, breaks an arm tackle, and just moves forward, moving the ball now. Of course, that clock running. Chieftains got to have a sense of urgency here. 2nd down for the Chieftains. Gwilly gets the ball, has some room up the middle. Touchdown, Gwilly.
Chieftains.
And that's number 3 of the night. Chieftains back down to 1 touchdown.
And you can just see the Big Reds there. They're even arguing with themselves there on their coverage.
You got to be saying,
they're
hey,
frustrated.
like we didn't know they're going to give the ball to Gwilly. Come on.
28-20 with 4:24, and the Chieftains have 2 timeouts left here, and they're going to go for that extra point. And again, you got to give the Chieftains a lot of credit tonight. Nobody counted them in this game.
Extra point up. And it's good. 28-21. Chieftains not going to go down easy. Only down a touchdown now. 4:24 left in this game. Plenty of time both ways. You see Gwilly, here it is one more time. Gets to the outside, cuts it up, and in the end zone, number 3 of the day.
It was that big pass to Pinto to get about 15. Then that big run by Gwilly to get down to the goal line. And the Chieftains were able to punch it in and get 6. So with 4:24, they're down a TD. Let's see what the defense can do here, Adam.
Yeah, plenty of time. Big game.
Big game.
Plenty of time left. Chieftains can get another stop here. Just can't give up that deep ball again. They keep slowing down this offense, but every time you think they're slowing down, they can hit you with a big play. They've done it this whole game. So Chieftains need to create a turnover, get a big stop, get the ball to their offense, and that offense is working now.
Do you go for the onside kick here? I think you have plenty of time.
Like they did last time, where Veronica Kramer popped that one way up in the air, and see what happens. Where at least you're not just kicking it 10 yards, so they still have good field position, but you give yourself a chance to get the ball. And last time it was a good effort. You see, they're ready for it. They're stacking everybody way up, not risking anything here on Chippewa Valley's side. And there it is, that high kick again. See where this one ends up. Called for the fair catch, and it'll be down at about the 38-yard line of Chippewa Valley. And she's good at those. I mean, those are hard to field, and you give them your chance to get to it.
Especially with that wind.
Esplendidos, check them out. Mexican cuisine, pizza, spirit celebration. Shelby Township on Mountain Road. Doesn't matter if there's construction or what's going on, you can still get to them. Of course, Taco Tuesday, delightful. Sunday,
right.
kids eat free.
They tacos too.
Yeah, thanks to them we're always eating Esplendidos before the game. Delicious food, always great. Go check them out. Esplendidos, delightful.
Yes, they are. The mini burritos too. Try them.
Here's the handoff. Bounces to the outside, has some room over midfield to the 40, pushed down out of bounds. About the 41 of the Chieftains, and a big run there right away. That's Grilly again, and he has been working it in the second half on the Chieftains.
And that was a broken play. He tried to break it up the middle and had no place to go, and the Chieftains were all clogged in the middle. So he decided to go, let's take a look at this replay. Gets the handoff. He was going to go right up the middle.
Almost fell over.
And almost fell over for a loss, and then he created something out of nothing. And of course, you're probably going to see Chippewa just run this ball and run the clock out with 4:08.
Yeah, if you can run and keep picking up first downs, you might as well run as much clock as you can. Control the ball, which they've done a lot this game. 4 minutes left. 2nd and 5 for Chippewa Valley. They're protecting a 1-touchdown lead. Brenning Stool's had good control of this offense all night. He's going to take as much time as he can. 4 wide, 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Grilly in the backfield. Brenning Stool will give it to Grilly. Taken down though right away. So a nice stop there by the Chieftain defense.
3rd and 5 now.
3:25 left in the game. Clock still running. Big 3rd down here. They have the ball at the 37-yard line. See it again. There's Grilly. I believe that was Willie on the takedown. 3rd down, same formation, 4 wide, 3 receivers at the top of your screen. Greeley is in the backfield for the Big Reds. They're going to take as much time as they can here.
Which is understandable. I mean, you have the lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to try to draw them offsides, and the Chieftains decide to call a timeout, which is smart on their part. No, Big Reds called a timeout.
Maybe they take as much time as they can, want to get a good play call in. It is important for them to pick up a 3rd down here. You don't want to give the Chieftains the ball back with 2 minutes plus left. You just can't do it. So they need to pick up a 1st down here, keep that clock moving. They're going to make sure they have the right play to do so. They just wanted to run as much time off the clock as they could before using that timeout. So Mike, a great game here so far, back and forth. Of course, Chippewa Valley, they've scored. I mean, they've done it on the run, really with a touchdown. They've done it through the air. 2 big touchdown passes to Jimmy Zarnick. He's been great for them.
There's our camera crew.
I see they're bundled
our
up.
Eyes in the sky.
Yeah, they're doing a great job up there. It's cold, windy, but they're fighting through it.
There we are.
And there's us. Well, there's you. Oh, look at you, Vin Diesel. You look ripped right now.
Oh yeah. Right. Go to the WWE or something, huh?
Yeah. Could bench press me right now. I'm a little afraid now.
So here's the key right here. They got to get this.
Big 3rd down. Chieftains need a stop. 2:53 left in this football game. Brenning Stool will take the snap. Looking for a receiver. He has one. Will he get over? He trips up.
And he tripped over his own 2 feet.
He's looking for a call, but he's not going to get one. That's just 2 guys going
He wasn't
for the
even
ball.
near him. If they threw the flag on that one, I would do my invitation to Jim Brandstatter because that's ridiculous. But they did it. Right call.
So now, will they go for it on 4th? If we know anything about this team, they will. The offense is still on the field.
Will.
4th and 5, they're going to go for it. Wait, maybe not. Change of heart.
No, they are going.
Here comes the punt team.
Or will they fake it? That's the thing. You don't know what to expect with this Big Reds team.
But no, so they're gonna. It appears that they will punt this one. We'll see if they actually do.
They're going against the wind.
4th and 5, exactly, punting it into the wind. Chieftains back to return. Not sending anybody back to return, really. They're just going to let it go, see where it lands. It takes a friendly bounce, and it's going to be down right at the 2-yard line. Great
Not
punt
what you
there.
want.
A nice high punt into the wind. it just allowed it for that backspin, basically. And nice light roll towards the Chieftain.
That's not what you want at all. But
no, Chieftains are pinned, but you know
what?
It's
the 2-minute drill.
Yeah, 2:39 left. Watch this one more time. High up into the wind. Just that little spin on it, enough to slow it down and make it take a perfect bounce and slow roll. I mean, you can't ask for a more perfect
that
punt.
was a perfect punt without a doubt for the Big Reds. But now it's the 2-minute drill. You got 2:39 to go, 2 timeouts. Work the sidelines. Try to get down there and tie this football game up.
Yeah, the first thing you do is try to get yourself, unpinned right there from your goal line. Maybe one running play right away. And they're going to get a different game ball in here.
Why are they getting a different game ball in here?
Well, maybe that one's deflated a little bit. We're not going to go there.
Tom Brady here?
2:39 left in this game. Chieftains have it. First down at their own 2-yard line. Handoff to Gwilly, trying to get out of his own end zone. And it looked like it was close to a safety. I think forward progress will get him out just a little bit. But either way, they're going to be pinned very, very close to that goal line.
I think you might have to try a screen pass here, try to get out of there.
Look at this. Let's watch that one more time to see how.
Yeah, he got the forward.
Yeah, barely, but got a foot out at least. But they're going to be pinned close here, Mike.
This could be where you can try one of those quarterback sneaks with O'Connor, because obviously they're going to expect Willie to have that ball.
Yeah, but that could even be risky in this case too. I might go. I don't know what you do. Give it to Willie and just push forward.
That's why we're up here.
Go from the shotgun, try to do a pass.
And Coach Tony's calling the shots.
Yeah, I like this. Trying to pass. O'Connor for a receiver. Has it down the middle. Nice catch there for a first down. And great job by R.J. Pinto.
R.J. Pinto with the catch, and I'm not sure why the Big Reds are trying to say that it was incomplete. Obviously, they're looking for anything.
So great job there. You're basically forced to pass it because you have nowhere to run it. Great job by R.J. Pinto. Make sure not only does he get the receptions, he saves it from a turnover.
They get out of that hole.
1st and 10 from the 15. 1:40 left in this football game. Dumps it down. Trying to create some space, doesn't really, still inbound, so that clock's going to keep running, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you got those 2 timeouts. Don't need to use them quite yet. Oh, they did take one. Okay. I was going to say you don't really need to use one yet, but that was a nice little pass over to Groman.
Yeah, Groman there, just really nowhere to go. He couldn't quite get out of bounds and taken down by Stanley Williams.
He got 3 on it.
So Mike, Chieftains in this one. They get themselves unpinned from their own end zone. They still have 1:34 left. Only 1 timeout left, though, but plenty of time here to move down the field. A big 2nd down and 7 upcoming. You want to try to move forward at least on every play. You see Stanley Williams down there. See if he's okay. He's the one who made the tackle on that last play. Getting his knee worked down there a little bit. It's cold here when you get hit or hit a helmet or make some contact. It hurts a little harder than normal when it's a little chillier here. So both teams collecting themselves now, and as they work on Stanley Williams there.
Got to give a lot of credit to the Chieftains. I mean, they came out here ready to play. They're looking to make a statement, looking to use this game as a measuring stick. A lot of season left, and a lot of big chances still for them to make the playoffs.
Well, a win here would be huge, and even if you don't win here, you take a lot of good things out of this game.
Without
because you have fought hard with a very, very good team.
And you could just see that from week 1 to now, the progression that this team has made and the steps that they've gotten better.
You're right, they've gotten much better. In that Romeo game, you started to see a little bit. They did get blown out, but 35-6 against a team that talented. You started to see them move forward a little bit. Then games since then, of course, going 2-0. This team's looking a lot better, and of course you see Stanley Williams there getting helped off by his teammates. So we're going to see this one more time, see what happened there, and there he is coming down with the tackle, and yeah, it gets tucked up around. Yeah, grabs his leg there right away. So something happened there, right? Probably turned on it a little bit as his foot rolled under him, and you see grabbed right away. So 2nd and 7 now for the Chieftains, looking to tie this game up. Pass a little bit over his receiver, and lucky not a turnover there as no one was there. And 3rd and 7 upcoming.
One of those passes right here just got tipped by our own Chieftain.
And you're lucky no
Right,
one
their
was
own
closer to intercept that ball. That could have been bad, but Chieftains still have it. 3rd and 7 at the 18-yard line. 1:27 left. Chieftains down a touchdown. They do have a timeout left.
It's a big down right here.
But at this point, I think no matter what, you're going to have to use all 4 downs. But see what the Chieftains dial up here. Patrick O'Connor from the gun, looking for a receiver. He'll toss it down the field.
No flags on the play.
Incomplete there. Not sure if, I mean, that was a close one, but a little bit out of his range to catch it there. Maybe that's what the decision was. R.J. Pinto, the intended receiver.
Take a look right here. O'Connor has enough time. Gets it to Pinto, and
you know what?
I think there could be a no call, and it also could have been a penalty as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't have surprised me if that was called at all. But no call from the referees, and it'll bring up a 4th and 7 for the Chieftains. And we'll get a timeout here. And I mean, you don't really want to use your timeout when the clock's already stopped, but it being a 4th down, this is big of a play. You want as much time to talk it over with your team. Make sure you're running the right play. Everybody's on the same page because of how big of a down is. Because if you don't take this timeout and make sure you pick up the 1st down, it doesn't matter if you have a timeout left if you don't have the ball still. So see what the Chieftains dial up here on a big 4th down, Mike. They still have a long way to drive on this field.
Lineman! Hey, give him some time. Give him some time. Give him some time. Here we go.
And you see a nice inside the huddle there. They need a 1st down. That's it. It's as simple as that. But look at these fat heads. That's pretty cool to see, though. I mean, when you got
That's
your
not nice to call people that.
Come on.
Come on, Adam. I know they're big Red fans, but still.
Oh boy.
No, I know what you meant.
No, it's cool though. I mean,
it is cool.
If you look and you're playing football and you see your fat head up there in the crowd, that's pretty sweet. 4th down for the Chieftains. O'Connor looking for a receiver down the field. R.J. Pinto, the intended receiver, and incomplete.
Do it.
And it's intended for number 10, R.J. Pinto across the middle, broken up by Big Red number 8, Austin Musa.
So the Big Reds hold off the Chieftains here. Chieftains tried everything they can. Good showing there, but just don't have enough. See it one more time. O'Connor looks for R.J. Pinto. Has it in his hands. Good defense, though, there by number 8, Austin Musa.
You got to give a lot of credit to the defense of the Big Reds.
So they'll turn it over. And, Mike, you look at now the Chieftains, well, unless something changes here, will fall to 3-3, but you have to look forward to their schedule. They still have Grosse Pointe South to play.
It's going to be a tough game, too, as well, Grosse Pointe South.
And Sterling Heights Stevenson to finish off the season. So
they finish off on the road the last 2.
Yeah. Hand off to Greeley. Greeley close to that 1st down marker, not quite getting there, though. And he's had a great second half.
You can't hang your head on this one at all, the Chieftain players. This was a tough-fought game. They hung in there. A lot of great positives to come out of this one, like you said. Even if you did lose this game, take everything that's positive and welcome Grosse Pointe in and win that game next week, Grosse Pointe South.
Chippewa running clock, 40 seconds left now in the 4th quarter, protecting that touchdown lead. Greeley to the outside will fall down inbounds to keep that clock running. So Chippewa Valley, they'll improve to 5-1, 3-1 in their league play, of course. And Eisenhower, as we talked about, they're going to have Eisenhower at home.
That's
Chippewa
going to be a
Valley
tough game for them, too.
Then they'll go L'Anse Creuse North and then at Anchor Bay. So Chippewa Valley, if they can win next week, some definite winning games these next 3, so you could see them finish with a very good record. A very talented team here tonight.
I will say this, not taking anything away from Chippewa, but I don't think they knew to expect the Chieftains to come out here and play the way that they did. You got to hang your head up high for those players right there in the black. They played a great game. They brought it. And I don't think the Big Reds were expecting that at all. And if they play like that going against Eisenhower next week, I think Eisenhower has a good shot at beating them.
Yeah, Mike, and as you said, it was a good showing by the Chieftains. Chippewa Valley, a very, very good team, and the Chieftains played them till the end. Very close game, a lot of good things to take away. Of course, the Chieftains now go to 3-3. That's going to be tough for them, but still hope that they can maybe make the playoffs and get to that 6-game win mark.
Grosse Pointe South's going to be a tough opponent next week, but it's also a game that I think the Chieftains can pull out and win. We'll see what happens, but again, a lot of positives to take out of this. The running game was there. They threw the ball very well. Defense really stood tall tonight. The corners really played well on the Big Reds wide receivers. But in the end, we've seen why the Big Reds are so successful this year. They're able to air out those big passes and caught the Chieftains off guard.
Yep, so that'll do it from here, Mike. Chieftains lose this one. The Big Reds win it 28-21. Hard-fought game. For the whole Shelby TV crew, from Mike Ventimiglio, I'm Adam Zellick. Join us next time for more Utica Chieftain football.